If you're interested in cybersecurity, it's vital that you understand different aspects of it. So in this video, we're going to dive into threat hunting. Threat hunting is basically a proactive approach that involves searching for signs of malicious activities or security threats within a network or system. But before we dive deeper into threat hunting, I first want you to understand a company called MITRE. Now, MITRE was founded back in 1958 and is a not-for-profit organization. They essentially serve as a bridge between the government and the private sector, with a focus on addressing complex challenges in areas such as defense, healthcare, cybersecurity, and many more. The organization is basically known for providing technical expertise, conducting research and development, and offering systems engineering and integration services. However, one of their key contributions to the field of cybersecurity is the development and maintenance of the MITRE ATTACK Framework, which is exactly why we're talking about it today. If you've ever been in the cyberspace before, you'll have probably heard this name. If not, don't worry, we're diving into it today. Now, the MITRE ATTACK Framework is basically a knowledge base that provides a detailed mapping of tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, used by cyber adversaries during different stages of the cyber attack lifecycle. It's widely used in the cybersecurity community to improve threat intelligence, enhance incident response, and strengthen the overall security posture of organizations. When the framework was first about, it originally only contained threats against Windows enterprise systems. However, today it covers mobile, ICS, Linux, and Mac OS. So no matter what operating system you're working with, it definitely has valuable information for you. So let's understand a bit more about TTPs that we've just discussed. You'll want to understand how to use the MITRE ATTACK Navigator, and to do that you need to understand this. So you'll initially start off with tactics, and you'll see them along the top. Don't worry, we have a walkthrough shortly, but you just need to understand this first. So tactics are types of activity that the cyber criminals use to carry out an attack. So for example, gaining unauthorized access to sensitive data, performing lateral movement within network, or even compromising a website. The framework is divided into these tactics, which basically represent a high-level objective that the adversaries aim to achieve during an attack. So it will be like what you can see on the screen: initial access, execution, persistence, privilege escalation, and many more. You'll then move on to techniques. This now is where specific methods or ways that the adversaries achieve their objectives outlined in the tactics. There are detailed steps or actions taken by the attackers. So skills are general methods that the attackers will use to achieve their goals. So another example here, if the goal of the attacker is to compromise a website, then the technique might be something like SQL injection. So each tactic can compromise several different techniques, and as you can see, initial access is broken down by 10 techniques, execution by 14, and persistence 20. You'll see more shortly. We then move on to procedures. Now, this is also known as real-world examples or use cases. They basically provide context and real-world relevance to the framework. It's the specific series of steps that the criminals use to carry out the attack. So take the example of the SQL injection now. The procedure might involve scanning the target website for vulnerabilities, writing an SQL query that includes malicious code, and submitting it to an unsecured form on the website to gain control of the server. So you can see exactly how we've broken it down from tactics, techniques to procedures. So now that you understand that, let's go have a look at the MITRE ATTACK Framework, so you can bring all the learning that you've just done into how exactly the framework looks and how you can use it. So what you're seeing on screen now is the Attack Navigator tool, and you can browse this with the link that I've pasted in the description for yourself to easily use. So when you first head to the page, you'll be presented with this navigator. You have the option to look at different matrix enterprises, like I said, and you can have a look at enterprise, mobile, and ICS very easily, which is very helpful. Each tactic and technique is numbered for easy tracking. So if you're using this in alerts, for example, you can easily track what technique you're trying to watch with. E.g., you can see on screen TA001 or TA002. When you click into specific procedures, as mentioned before, you will come with a detailed description of the attack scenario. This includes various techniques and tactics used by threat actors the target of the attack, and the potential impact on the compromised system or data. There's lots of information here for you, and you can go into specific examples of different threat actors. You'll also have examples of mitigations and detection techniques. So there's lots of information you can use to protect an organization or piece of software if you're looking at that type of attack. Just as another example, we'll dive into another one so you can see exactly what information you have. There's lots there on how to mitigate or defend against a specific type of attack. So whatever you're looking for, it can be easily found within this framework. And you can see real life use cases of where threat actors have used them. The framework will also list common tools that are associated with each technique. So that will help you identify potential indicators of compromise also, based on the tools that the adversaries are using. So overall, a really great tool that I definitely recommend you should use if you're getting into cybersecurity or you just want to learn more about threat hunting. And if it's been useful for you or you just want to learn more, then do join our Discord community full of over 800 people at the moment. The link will be in the comment section or description where you can easily join. I also have lots of hints and tips just to help you out in cybersecurity or even just further your career. If you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. It massively helps it out and I can just see what type of content you're enjoying.